Oh, okay. Today is a good day because I've got an all-new backpack. And dare I say, this might be my favorite backpack of all time. This is the Peak Design Everyday Zip in the 15 liter. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Desmond, and I make content for creators that want to take better photos and shoot better videos. And today is one of my favorite days because I have an all new backpack to review. This is the Peak Design Everyday Zip in the 15 liter. If you've seen my channel before, you know I have a ton of camera bags. I love them, but you know, there is no such thing as the perfect camera bag. I would say this one gets very close, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the build quality, the size, what you can actually fit in this thing, and how I use it. The most important piece is I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite features about this particular backpack that no other backpack I own has. Okay, we got a lot to cover, so let's just jump right into it. First, I always start with the build quality and the form factor of my bags. This is a 15 liter bag. As you can tell, it is pretty small. I think that's what I love about this backpack the most is it sits somewhere between a 20 liter and a sling bag. You also know how much I love my Ona Rockaway Sling, which I think is a perfect size for everyday carry. But when I need more space, this really fits the bill. I recently purchased a Wandered Provoke in the 21 liter, which is also amazing, great for travel, but still a bit too big for every day in my honest opinion. So that is the biggest selling point so far for me when it comes to this bag. It fits right into that perfect gap between those bags. The next thing to cover is just material. This is a classic Peak Design backpack, right? You've got that 400D recycled nylon material, but if you've seen any of my reviews before, you know I love this material because it is durable, it is sturdy, it is water resistant, dust and weatherproof, so I really love that. Plus, this material paired with Peak Design's proprietary like zippers and their zipper system is incredible. Keeps the moisture out, keeps water out. Never anything I have to worry about, especially if I want to throw this onto the ground, if I'm going anywhere where there's going to be rain, any type of adventure. I'm never worried about this particular material or the builds of these bags. This is definitely an adventure bag, great for beating up and very secure place to put your camera equipment. Spinning onto the back and still talking about build quality. Like I said before, this is a 15 liter bag, which means it's not very large. It doesn't have a big footprint, which also makes sense to have relatively thin straps. I actually really like these for the size and the thickness. I'd say they're pretty comfortable, especially since you're not going to be carrying a lot of weight in this bag. I think it'll just do a good job of distributing whatever weight you have in here. Another thing you'll notice about these backpacks is I actually love the way Peak Design does their like swivel points. These little swivel points for their backpack straps, giving you a lot of room to just like maneuver and move around these backpack straps to fit the most comfortable spot. And then another thing to call out, boom, luggage pass through, which I really like. And there's a tiny little hidden pocket back here. I don't know if you can see that, but you could also slide something in there as well, and a little, hear that? Magnets. Peak Design loves their magnets. One other thing to call out about the backpack straps, again, thin, but not too thin for a Peak Design capture clip. I always throw one of these onto my everyday backpacks because they're convenient. I love them. I can throw on my Sony a7R IV, or I can even throw on my GoPro for some nice POV or just like hands-free shooting. Okay, moving on to the actual features of this bag. The reason why this is called the Everyday Zip is because the system is actually a full 270-degree zip. So you can actually unzip the entire bag using these zippers. So you could just tear this thing wide open. I'm not gonna do that, but that's the great thing about this. It's one zipper track that the zippers run along, allowing you to kind of just access everything relatively easily. And I will tell you that this bag comes with 4 zippers, and there is a way that you can set this up that'll make life a lot easier, so you're not just like running the zipper up and down the entire length of the bag every time you want to grab something. So this has 4 zipper pulls. Usually I'll leave 2 zipper pulls at the top to give me quick access to this top compartment, and I'll show you how I use that later. Then you've got 2 zippers on each corner. So you crack this open, you've got your classic like Peak Design hidden little pockets for batteries. You've got a little zip pocket here. You can stuff some things in. If you've got a really small camera, this is my Insta360 Go 2. I'll throw a review up on this later, but love this tiny little thing, man. Look at this. Just slide that right in there. You never even noticed there's a camera in here. An entire camera system. Crazy. We'll talk about that some other time. Anyways, now you've got quick access to your camera body. This is actually how I love to use it, but look at that. Boom. A7R4 right there, perfect, quick access, I can close it, still got access to whatever I'm gonna throw up there. And again, same thing with the other side, right? Crack this wide open, I can throw another camera body here. Normally what I would do is I would throw my Sony FX3 right in this side. So now I got an A7R4 on one side, FX3 in the other, and easy access to both for photos or videos. Amazing, and I'll show you how that works later. Anyways, same thing, pockets all up on this side, batteries, whatever you want, right? And then, I showed you this a little bit earlier, top pocket. Super simple, you can set it up however you want. You got your origami flaps, so you got a situation like this where you could just throw in like a ZV-1, toss that right in there. AirPods 3s, they can go into this little pocket. You can do whatever you want with this bag, which is what I love about the Peak Design system. You got a little pocket right here as well. I actually put my Rode Wireless Go 2s in here. They fit perfect. All 3 pieces of that set. 1 receiver, 2 transmitters, lav mics. Would never know they were there. Seal this bad boy right up. Spinning around to the rest of the bag. What I also love is on both sides, you've got your little bottle holder or tripod holder, right? You've also got your little straps for securing things to the outside. What I love for this particular bag is I like to put my PGY Tech Mantis Pod in here. So check this out. Really, really nice and easy. If I just boop, shove that in there, now you get a PGY Tech Mantis Pod right in here. It's perfect, it's small. I think you could probably throw a Peak Design travel tripod on here, but again, this is a 15-liter bag. That's not the way I intend to use this. The Mantis Pod though, perfect. And again, like I was saying, the Mantis Pod has some of these like sharp, like rigid edges, again, because of the different clamps and the locks. This material, I'm not worried about this ripping up this material. It's so sturdy, I have no problem just shoving it in there. I know how incredibly sturdy this is, so again, peace of mind. All right, and for the most part, that is the bag, but now let's load this thing up. Let's talk about how I use this, where it fits into my lineup of other backpacks, right? So let me put this bad boy down. This bag fits perfectly in between like my sling and travel backpack world, right? I have a Wandered Provoke 21 liter, which I do love. It is a clamshell-like backpack. It opens wide, lets me carry all of my camera gear. Now, that is for travel situations, places when I'm going somewhere and I just want to bring everything. And for me, this fits into a different part of my like carry scenarios. I went on an adventure, I wanted to bring a light bag, so I brought my Ona Rockaway Sling, but I couldn't figure out whether or not I wanted to bring my A7R4 or my FX3. I brought them both, stuffed them into that sling bag, they did fit. But it wasn't the most effective way to carry 2 bodies. That's when I realized I kind of want a very compact, lightweight backpack that would support a 2-body carry plus accessories. And that's exactly the reason why I bought this. Obviously, it's not the scenario for everybody, right? Like I said, there's no such thing as a perfect bag. It's just the right bag for the job. This is the right bag for my particular carry scenario where I want to bring my A7R4, my Sony FX3, and like a GoPro and some of these other accessories. And this fits the bill. This is also perfect for people who just want to bring like a single body. So let's just open this bad boy up, right? So here's one scenario. A7R4, I want to do a photography trip or I just want to take out a single body camera. I can throw the A7R4 in here, perfect, easy access, batteries, SD cards, whatever I want. Okay, so we got the A7R4 on the other side. We opened this one wide open. I've got these origami flaps ready to go. Sigma 24-70, toss that in here, fits great. Right, if I wanna go with my Sony 55mm, can toss that in here as well. And then my Zeiss Batis 85mm, pop that right in there. And I've still got some room, so like AirPods, Insta360, and I think this side is like probably pretty stout. So now we've got A7R4 on one side, we've got our lenses on the other. Now we still have this entire middle section. Yes, I could throw in my ZV-1, but you know what I'm gonna do is I can flatten these origami pieces and I can take my entire GoPro kit with all the accessories with the GoPro and I can throw it right in here, which makes this so easy and great to carry, right? Because if I'm on the go and I just wanna whip out the GoPro, crack open the top, open this up, take my GoPro out, get everything set up and mounted. I've got a media mod on my GoPro too, so the Rode Wireless Go 2s that I have in here, perfect. And you know what? The real reason why I love this bag so much, and I will show you, I'm gonna have to switch cameras over to the A7R4. Okay, like I said, switched over to the A7R4 so I could show you one of my favorite features on this bag that you can't get in any other. So in this two body situation, I've got my A7R4 on the left side, and then over here, I've got my Sony FX3, right? I've got my Sony FX3 in here. I've also got my shotgun mic in here. Now, under certain circumstances, I wanna shoot video, I wanna do some vlogging, I will take my FX3 out of this side pocket. Let's get this bad boy installed. And now I've got my FX3 with my ECM B1M ready to go. Now the thing is, when I'm shooting like run and gun video or when I'm kind of vlogging, but we're moving in between situations or I wanna put the camera down, I don't wanna have to take this apart every single time I wanna put this back in the bag. What I love about this setup is that because of the, I'd say bulbous nature of this top piece, you can do something like this, which is awesome. I've got my Sony FX3 in here with the ECM B1M on, and there's so much clearance and space that I could zip this up and go from location to location. Obviously, this is not a great long-term solution. You don't wanna like throw your bag and flip it over. But if I'm just gonna toss this on the ground and like put my FX3 in with the microphone on in between shoots or just like move between short locations, this is incredible because I can open this up and I have my vlogging or video setup like ready to go. And I still have my A7R4 in this side, so I could very much like zip this bad boy up, turn it over, open this, and just take out my R4 to take photos with. So it gives me this really speedy workflow, which I love. And again, this is very safe in here. Because of the bulbous nature and the way that this thing is structured, it's so great because I can just take out my FX3, do some shooting, do some vlogging, take the tripod off, and just like toss the camera back in here and move between locations. It is so easy and it's safe, right? This is just well structured. This feature, this cannot be recreated with any other bag that I own or that I know that's on the market right now. This is the one unique thing for my particular workflow and my needs that fits so well. This is why I really, really love this bag. It's probably why it's gonna be my favorite like go-to camera bag. I can carry both of my camera bodies, the R4 and the FX3 for like long-term travel, right in the side pockets. I've got space for my GoPro, my Insta360, Go 2, and this like prep station, right? So it's so nice to have. And obviously this thing stands on its own. So when I'm shooting, I can just put it down, toss this in here, you know, grab lenses out, do some changing of batteries, grab this back out and shoot. It is really, really awesome. And I can't stop like pulling this thing in and out. That's how much I love this. Having to put away your shotgun mic every time you want to just like move between places or put your camera back into your backpack, you video shooters, you definitely get where I'm coming from. This tiny little thing, oh man, so convenient, game changer. With that said, this bag comes in at about $179, totally worth it. I would say I also own the Peak Design Everyday Tote Pack, which I do not use as often anymore because even at 20 liters, the fact that it is larger and has more capacity, the way that this bag works, the way that this bag lets me configure and carry and access things through the wider zippers and the wider openings is a lot more useful. I'm gonna be carrying this kind of all the time. It's either this or my Owner Rockaway Swing. Those are gonna be my two favorite backpacks for 2021. All right, and with that said, thank you so much for watching. There are gonna be a lot more videos coming down the line. I've got a lot of gear that I've bought over the last few months, and I will see y'all in the next one.